Appalachian, we have many occasions to celebrate achievements of members of our university community, but none so special as when we gather at commencement. We are truly glad that you, the friends and the relatives of those being recognized this afternoon, are here today, and we hope that you will find many occasions in the future to visit with us. In the order indicated in your programs, let me welcome to the podium Mr. Darrell Gent, President of our Student Government Association, and Mr. Stephen LaFave, President of our Graduate Student Association, to bring you greetings from their respective organizations.
First of all, for those visiting our campus, I'd like to welcome you on this beautiful day to Boone on behalf of the undergraduate student body. And I'd also like to convey congratulations to the new graduates. It's quite an accomplishment, I know that, and I wish you best of luck in your future endeavors.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Graduate Student Senate, I would like to welcome all the graduates and their guests. I would also like to take this opportunity not only for the degrees being conferred upon the graduates today and congratulate them for that, but also to note the effort, time, and determination it takes to put closure on a master's or bachelor's degree. Again, my congratulations on behalf of the Graduate Student Association. Thank you.
It's now my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Tom Chandler, Chairperson of the Appalachian State University Board of Trustees, to bring you greetings from the Board of Trustees.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor Durham. Students, mothers and fathers, it is my pleasure to be here today with you. Over 30 years ago, I sat in the audience of my college graduation, as you're doing today. I must be honest with you and tell you that I don't remember much about that ceremony, and I don't remember the speaker or the topic. I do remember that I was very excited to have reached that milestone in my life. I look forward to entering the business world. I hope a little of what I have to say today will stay with you as you journey through life. You have worked hard the past 4 years, and you have met or will soon meet the requirements from Appalachian State University. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I congratulate you on your achievements. You will be joining a list of distinguished alumni. You should be proud to say, I am an ASU graduate. The Board of Trustees leaves the task of operating the university on a day-to-day basis to the Chancellor and his administrative officers. However, it is the responsibility of the Board of the Board of Trustees to approve capital expenditures and to make sure that the necessary facilities to teach and house students are available. Also, we want to make sure that the funds are being spent wisely and that there are adequate professors and support personnel to give you the very best education possible. I would also like to say
we've been having some problems lately with spending millions of dollars finding out who is lying in certain instances. The Thomas hearings were similar to that. We have another three-ring circus going on down in Florida now, spending millions of dollars trying to find out who is lying. Well, we may never know, but I want to tell you a little story about a man who lied, and I think you will excuse him for it when you hear the circumstances. He was suing a big company for an accident that he had, and he went into the court, and there was no one else in there, but the judge saw him, and he asked me his name. He says, oh, well, you're the complainant in the case. And he said, yes, sir, I am. And he said, I'm surprised to see you. You're on crutches, and you got bandages on your legs. You're all wrapped up. He said, I've got a report from the officer that investigated this accident, and he said, you told him you were feeling fine. He said, how are you going to reconcile that with your testimony in court today? I said, well, Your Honor, I think I can do that. Listen to my story. So I was driving down the road one night with my wagon and mule, And it was dark, but I was running off of the road. I had a lantern on the back of my wagon, and this here big 18-wheeler came along and hit the back of my wagon, knocked us all into the ditch, me and my wagon and my mule. Well, and the big 18-wheeler kept right on going. And he said the wagon fell on me and I was pinned to the ground by my legs. He said, I heard the sirens coming, so I knew we'd have help pretty soon. And then in a little bit, the siren stopped. It had come up and had parked, and I saw the red and blue lights flashing. And then I heard a couple of men talking. One of them had a flashlight. It was 2 officers came. And they went up to where my mule was, and my mule was grunting and groaning. He was having an awful hard time. And he said the officer shined his flashlight on the mule. And he said, you know, I think I better put this creature out of his misery. So he pulled out his pistol and shot the mule. Well, the man didn't like that very much, but anyway, he waited, and then the officer walked back to where he was, shined the light in his face, and he said, I could see he still had his gun in his hand. His gun was smoking, and he asked me how I felt. Oh, I feel wonderful. He didn't want to get the same treatment as the mule. It's so good to be this crowd today. Here is a potential for our country to lead us into the next century. You are probably the best educated students that have ever come out of a college. You have been going to this fine college for some time. You've had dedicated teachers that cared about you. And even today, as you are preparing to leave, their love and their prayers will go with you to wherever you go. They are glad to have had a part in your education.
Sherry Hayes Johnson. Christy Elaine Lee. Susan Delane Wilson. Sherry Renee Ashley. Deborah L. Caldwell. Deborah Sharon Carver. Lucinda Hevlin. Esther Robin Green. Carol Jane Everhart. Jerry Michael Kane. Deborah S. Rhine. Amy Naomi Starnes. Stephen Lynn Widenhouse. Kimberly J. Salisbury. Mary Hunter Panestri. Randy James Johnson. Carissa Mackey Teague. Gary Lee Robinson. Bradley Todd Huffman. Kathy Poe Barr. Lisa Janice Johnson. Patty Dalton Boyles. J. Douglas Blackburn. Betty Bollinger Riley. Claudia Grossman Moeller. Alfred C. Jarian. Karen Kaz Sneed. Lawrence Rucker Sneed III. Bobby Ann Hayes Scroggs. Valerie DeSulo Midget. Michael Robert Moen. Robert James Breeds Jr. Tracy Rudolph Bennett. Susan Virginia Carlton. Keith Douglas Nail. Barbara Durr Bell. McLaurin Briggs Gilliam. John Walter Hardin. Jeffrey Claire Litcher. Bradley L. Atwell, Harold Wilson Cox, Charles Speed Hallman, Kenneth Lee White,